It's the 11th of January 2016. Property chat from James Alexander with Ken Hume and Kit Myrie. This is the lettings edition. Just a lot to get through today, Kit. Lots of changes to talk about.
Yes, we do have a lot to get through today. First and foremost, Landlord Licensing is here to stay with us in Croydon. The appeal has been lost, and Ken, you have the early reports on what they're looking for in properties.
Yeah, indeed. Landlords are starting to be inspected, so if you do have a licence at some point, they will be inspecting your property, and there may be requirements for you to improve in certain ways. One of the things we've heard early on is that they're looking for fire blankets in kitchens. So if you don't have one, make sure that your letting agent gets involved or get one yourself and make sure you install it in the kitchen. They're not expensive, and actually it's not an entirely unreasonable request. Kit, next on the agenda we're looking at the Finance Act 2015 and Clause 24, otherwise known or coined by the Telegraph as the Alice in Wonderland tax.
Yes, and this came out in the most recent autumn statement. There's been a big backlash to this, and there is a crowdfunding page, Ken, that you came.
Well, there is, yeah. Just so you know what it's about, the government are looking to disallow interest payments against tax, and they're gradually eroding this so that by 2020 you'll only be able to claim 20% of your interest costs against tax. This is a big hit for many landlords and seems quite unfair when you think that most businesses can claim 100% of their expenses against tax, as can any company. So it seems particularly an attack on small landlords and yet another kick in the teeth. But yes, there is a crowdfunding page. It's reached £50,000 already. The legal firm representing landlords is the firm owned by Cherie Blair.
And that's not surprising, is it? As we do
know
that she has a portfolio worth in excess of 30 million.
Indeed, so Tony and Cherie are involved too. So let's hope that that's successful. We will keep you updated on that as we monitor it, and obviously we're supporting that because we think it's a very worthy cause. Seems ironic that it comes from an ex-Labour PM, but there we are. Finally, we also have the right to rent, also known as the Immigration Act, Kit.
Yes, and that becomes law as of the 1st of February 2016, was proposed in 2014,
yes.
And it's about landlords verifying their tenants' right to stay and work in the country.
Yes, if you have a tenant provided by James Alexander, then there's nothing to worry about. Our tenants are already referenced to the degree where they would already qualify as far as the right to rent is concerned. We will put a URL up for you if you are a landlord out of area and you're just looking to check that you comply, and here it is on the screen now. And finally, it's not all bad news, although most of it legislation-wide is. I'm afraid there's not much we can do about that. But what we can do is tell you about our free property management subject to terms. We're doing 6 months free property management for new landlords because we know that once you've used us, you'll have confidence to continue with us. So if you're interested in that, please do give us a call because we're keen to talk to you and make sure that your property complies with all this new raft of legislation coming in, and we'll give you a free property health check as well. So do give us a call if you're thinking of having your property rented or managed.